Okay, so it's Jake on up here with Ryan Kidd. Obviously, you are top of the league in the youth leagues. So, just like, how well is this academy doing at the moment?
It's going very well at the moment. It's all right judging by league performances. That gives everybody a barometer, but it's a case of how we've done inside the building. Really, since it's probably been implemented before I came in, but since then, in 12 months, the improvement's been massive in terms of scholarship and all the way through the academy, really, in terms of how they're playing football. I've seen recently our under-16s getting through to the national final. Strangely enough, we've only managed to take 2 of them boys out of that group. So we've got a very strong core of scholars at the moment, under 18s. That's been backed with 5 of them, and a possibility of another one getting a pro contract as well. So we've given 5 pro contracts, 2 to first years. So things are going very well at the moment.
Why do you think these things are going so well? Is it obviously the backing from the board and the chairman and the manager implementing his ideas? Has that got quite a lot to do with it?
Yeah, definitely. When I came into the club, I had quite a secure job, really, in a way, but I met the chairman. I've known the gaffer for quite a number of years, and as soon as I met the chairman, he was young, enthusiastic, wanted to really push Bury. I've been here before at this football club as well, and one thing it's always lacked is facilities, but it's always had a good core of people behind it. And I think facilities are great to have, but it's all about the people inside. That drive that environment, and it's been driven by the chairman, by the manager, and they're so involved with youth and want to push it that it gives everybody in the youth department a major lift when they see lads that have been coaching get a chance to progress and train in the first team or even get on the bench for the first team.
Yeah, you mentioned the facilities there. Obviously, you've just got Carrington, Man City's old training ground. Just compare the facilities to what you had before to the immense facilities you've got at your hands now.
I don't think you believe really what we used to train on before. Really, as a youth department, we used to use lower gig, and sometimes we'd use an AstroTurf, but it was all done through booking in the morning, a lot of travelling. So really, it took probably about 2 hours a day out of my working schedule, just travelling, setting up, finding somewhere to play. Where now, we come here, we've got grass pitches straight outside, so that 2 hours of lost travelling, I can now put into the guys on the training ground. So I think we'll put the volume of our sessions up by about a third. I would imagine increase it by just actually being at a site where we can walk straight out and have, whether it's an AstroTurf or grass facility straight in front of us. It's been massive for us.
And if you don't mind me asking, how does this deal come about? Did you just inquire, or did they offer it, or what?
I don't know. That's with the chairman. Obviously, Manchester City left. I think the chairman got wind of it, and the businessman that he is, he struck a really good chord with Man City and beat off quite a few rivals, I think, to secure this, which he's done an amazing job, and everybody within these walls here are really grateful for that.
And the obvious question is, how will the facilities help improve the academy in general?
I think massively. I think what it sets straight away is a professional environment. You walk in, you see, the champions of Premier League have been training here. This is their old facility. You still see all the old signs, the car park spaces, and I think professionalism, we've got to respect it, and I think it brings us up an extra level. The quality and standard of the playing surfaces are much better. The learning environment, the analyst sort of suite and everything we've got a canteen now where the boys can sit down and eat. So I just think it makes your day-to-day environment a lot better. It gives us as coaching staff sort of more time and a lot more enthusiasm really to go out there and make the most of these facilities and make our kids better, and that's what we're striving to do.
With the academy doing well, and obviously the first team doing well, there's a real buzz around the club. Obviously getting this has helped as well. Is it just buzzing?
Yeah, it's a great place to come and work. Everybody gets on together, and it was like this before we came into Carrington. It was really unified. I have 4 or 5 of my lads training with the first team every day, so I've worked in other environments where first team and youth team tend to clash, and there's not much support from the first team towards youth and vice versa. Here it's the complete opposite. The gaffer loves to put my kids in the sessions, encourage them, it brings them on massively, and we have to get them ready. And I think 4 or 5 of the lads have already made the debut or been on the bench for the first team. I've had a first year, Jack Ruddy, who's made 6 appearances on the bench for the first team this year. Matty Folds, the first year, has just secured a professional contract. So it's great to be in a place where when you're doing a job and you're trying to make these lads better, that they've got a pathway and a progression, you know, to succeed, and that's implemented right from the top, and it's working.
And with all that, in perspective, do you believe that I mean, you said you've signed however many players already on contract. Do you think that'll increase yearly with all the possibilities and opportunities you've got? Or
don't put too much pressure on there. Five's a large number.
Yeah,
on average, yeah, they'll probably be taking 2, maybe 3 maximum, but 5, I think that's
special.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we've got a very, very good crop of young lads, and I think the club want to invest in that and give them a little bit more time. Some of them are lacking a little bit physically, and I think just buying into that and giving them an extra year to develop and see how they go. I think the club's seen that. I think technically a lot of them are virtually pretty sound, so they just need time. So the club's sort of backing that. So I'm confident in the future we can produce more players. Whether we get 5 every year, I'm not sure, but I'll be doing my best. But when I first spoke to the chairman, the first words that he said to me was, it's been 6 years since we've got anybody through who's stayed in our first team from the youth, and that's a long time, really, for any youth department to go 6 years without really producing anybody. So we have to, and we have done. We put a syllabus in place to counteract that and make sure we get somebody in and around that first team. And at the moment, we're getting them on the fringe, and hopefully within the next 6 months to 12 months, somebody's really going to push through and become a regular.
And what's next for the academy? Obviously, will be pushing to get into category 2. Improving it in that sense?
I think at the moment we assess where we're at the moment. We've jumped massive strides in the last probably 12 months as a football club. We'd always want to expand probably at some point, but that'd be with the powers that be, really. But we're happy with what we've got at the moment. We have to utilise that, but we're always looking to see whether we can go an extra step higher. And you know, I think the chairman's aims are to try and get in the championship in the next 3 or 4 years. So to do that, we're going to have to produce championship sort of players. So we're going to have to try and find a way of making these facilities somehow better, standard of opposition we play better, to push our lads, to improve them, and find a training syllabus that pushes them every day. And we're trying to do our best to make that happen.